have you got here? He's absolutely beautiful.
He is stunning, isn't he? He's a Montague's crab, and he's just one of the amazing creatures that we've found here today at Castle Beach in Falmouth.
It's amazing, the rock pools here. They're just absolutely thriving with life. And we're here on the beautiful coastline of Cornwall, where we're exploring some of the beautiful rock pools. We're going to be teaching you everything you need to know, including how to ID amazing little critters like this one.
We're also going to teach you about the tides, very important when you're rock pooling. We're going to teach you how to rock pool safely, and we're going to tell you how to look after the creatures as well as looking after yourself.
Well, we're going to get this one back in the water and go exploring. This looks like a brilliant rock pool to start, but first off, Ben, what exactly is a rock pool?
They're like little windows into the ocean world that are revealed to us by the tides twice a day, and they give us the chance to explore all of the wonderful wildlife that the sea has to offer.
Fantastic. I mean, that's my favourite thing about rock pools, is they're like a miniature ocean. You've got the predators, the prey, and everything in between. But before we actually get stuck in, shoes.
Oh,
Super
yes.
important. We're on a pretty tricky substrate, so it's really important to have something that's practical in the water. I personally love my dive boots. They've got really good grip on the bottom, so I'm not slipping around all over the place and just staying as safe as possible. And I know you're recommending old trainers as well.
Yeah, anything that's got really thick soles, like you say, and good grips on, because it's quite a slippery environment and people do fall over and hurt themselves, so we don't want that to happen.
Well, let's have a look a little deeper and see what we can find.
Okay, let's have a look.
So I've just found this amazing common prawn, and one of the incredible things about them is they have these really long antennae that allow them to feel their surroundings. They also have this paddle-shaped fin at the back, which allows them to navigate through the water by steering it. And when they flick that paddle, they can even jump between rock pools to escape predators. Pretty amazing. So what about this one? There's a little crab here. I believe it's a velvet swimming crab.
Yes,
which is one of my favourites.
That is a velvet swimmer, and that is one of my favourites too. I've got to be a bit careful because they are very feisty. They're probably the feistiest species of crab that we get here, but I shall do my best to get him. What's so special about these guys? Well, first of all, you can probably see if you look at its eyes there, bright red eyes. If we had it in the water, then they would be shining really, really red, and that just shows you how aggressive they are. They're saying to other animals, including humans, stay away from me or I'll get you. They are called velvet swimming crab because on the back of their shell there, it's very velvety, and the reason for that is that it traps, and you can see on the back of it there, it traps sand and sediment, and that's brilliant for helping it to camouflage into its natural environment, the rock pools. The swimming bit, if you look at the legs at the back there, you'll see that they're quite different. They've got a totally different shape to the other legs, which are more for walking. These ones are like flippers, and they're excellent for swimming through the water. So they're much better at swimming than normal crabs are, and they swim sideways, the same as crabs walk sideways when they dart off through the water.
And of course, Ben, when we're interacting with these species, we want to make sure that we're really careful. Is there anything that we need to look out for when we're working with crabs like this?
Yeah, you do have to be careful. They can give you quite a nasty nip. So make sure when you're holding them, you've got your thumb and your forefinger either side of the main shell, the carapace, and underneath their claws. And that way they won't be able to reach around and nip you.
And of course, we also want to make sure that we're not keeping them out of the water too long. So let's go pop this one back where we found him and go exploring. Like any ocean adventure, it's really important to have some good planning, and that means checking the tide times before you go out and explore. Rock pools are created by the tide moving in and out, and that's basically when the Earth, the Sun, and the Moon interact. The Moon creates a tidal force pulling the water towards it and making it bulge on the other side of the Earth, which means that the ocean rises and falls twice a day.
That's right, and the best time to go rock pooling is when the tide is right out at low tide. And so it's good to time your rock pooling activity to arrive before low tide, maybe an hour or so before, so you're getting out there rock pooling as the sea is going out. You can find out the times when this is going to happen if you look online.
But before we get out there and start exploring, let's run over a little bit of rock pool safety.
Rock pooling is really easy to do. You don't need a lot of equipment.
Couldn't agree more. I absolutely love scuba diving, but it requires so much equipment. And the great thing about rock pooling is the ocean comes to you.
Well, let's go through the main things that you should take with you when you go rock pooling then.
One of the absolute essentials is a good ID book. You can get some really brilliant ones out in charity shops as well, so they're really easy to get a hold of, and they're an essential for when you're out there and you find those critters and you want to get a little bit more understanding of what exactly it is you found.
Another good thing to take is a shallow tray, so when you find something you want to have a closer look at, you can pop it in that tray and there it is right there for you.
A good first aid kit can also be a great addition, especially for any of those little slips and bumps along the way.
You're very likely to get thirsty when you're out there on the rocks, so do remember to take with you a reusable water bottle.
Some ocean safe sunscreen is also an essential, especially if you're going to be out rock pooling on one of those sunny days.
And do take a camera with you, because you're going to find some amazing things out there, you're going to want to remember them, and you'll also be able to send those pictures to people like us at the Rock Pool Project.
Well, let's get going.
Let's do it.
Hi kids!
Hi, Inka!
So what have you guys been doing? Have you been enjoying your rock pooling? Yeah, what are your names?
I'm Sophie, and today I found this cushion stuff. It sticks to your hand. Hi, my name's Patrick, and I found this cool piece of seaweed. My name is Isla, and today I found lots of anemones. I'm Ellie, and I found this crab claw. My favourite thing about it is that it's got black here, but the rest of it isn't black.
Ah, yes. No, we get a lot of these on the beach. Do you know what it is? What is it?
Sea snail.
Yes, it is a sea snail. And we get lots of different types of sea snail, and we can use a book like this one here to see what type of sea snail it is. And that's called a toothed top shell. Can you say that?
Toothed top shell.
That is brilliant. You got it absolutely perfect first go. Toothed top shell. So we use that book to find out exactly what it is, and you can do that with all of the animals we find out here. Okay kids, we found something pretty interesting here. Would you like to have a look at it? There we go. Can you all see that?
Yeah.
Have a look at that there.
Oh my gosh!
Oh.
Touch it.
No, don't touch it. So does anybody know what this is we can see here? Can anyone have a guess? It is a scorpion fish. Wow, you're good. They have spines. Can you see their spines either side of their head? At the edges of his mouth. What can you see at the edge of his mouth?
Oh, spikes. Ooh.
There should be little tiny white bits hanging out. Can you see them?
Yeah, like spikes.
Yeah, so that tells you it's a scorpion fish as well,
But it's
or a sea
awesome.
scorpion.
It's
They
like
are awesome.
straight.
Like all fish, they get bigger and bigger the longer they live. So this one is pretty big, isn't he? I mean, you must have been pretty amazed when you see the size of it. You don't normally find fish that are that big. So this one must be a good few years old.
Well Ben, it has been such a fantastic day, and thanks to all of our amazing helpers, some brilliant finds. I mean, this one is just so special, but probably time to get him back to where he belongs, don't you think?
Definitely. Let's drop him back in here and get back to the cafe.
Ben, it has been the most wonderful day rock pooling. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with me about this beautiful coastline. I'd love to know what were some of your favourite parts from today.
Oh, it was a great day, wasn't it? And yeah, I always love coming down here to the Falmouth coastline because the rock pooling is just amazing. And we found some pretty cool things today, didn't we? One of my favourites, we find it quite regularly, but I always love to find is the velvet swimming crab. And a feisty little devil it was too, but we managed to avoid getting nipped, didn't we?
There are an amazing variety of rock pool locations, so there's places that you can visit all up and down the coast, from Scotland to the south of England.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of variation in different parts of the UK. Have got different things living there, so it's great to see what's about in your area. Get online, there'll be lots of help available in your local area. People already getting out there rock pooling that will be friendly and willing to help you.
Unfortunately, there was still some plastic and pollution that we saw in some of our rock pools. So also just a reminder, if you are getting out and exploring your local waters, make sure that you bring with you a reusable water bottle like mine, or even a rubbish bag, and then you can be a bit of an ocean hero yourself.
At the Rock Pool Project, we're always receiving pictures from people of things they've found, so we'd love to see your pictures if you find something cool, or take some nice pictures. And we also, for our surveys, we use cameras to record the different animals that we find, and there's information on our website how you can get involved with them as well.
There are also tons of brilliant books out there and guides that you can take home. and it will actually tell you a little bit more about what you've seen here on the beach. So the adventure doesn't have to stop here, and I hope that you all have a fantastic rock pooling experience.
Thank you so much for joining us for this guide to rock pooling.
It's been an amazing day, and we're going to get back out there and just carry on exploring.
And remember, the #1 rule for rock pooling is go rock pooling!